The Elaflex booth, you find a lot of new solutions for future. We talk about hydrogen, CNG, LPG, liquefied hydrogen, all the kind of stuff. We have a wide range from so-called terminal to nozzle for ship loading, unloading, tank trucks and the petrol station business. Clear is EV charging is a very big thing for urban areas, but at the moment we have 1.4 billion passenger cars running on consumption fuels. The world is not always big cities. We have countrysides, Latin America, big country, long distance, even in the Nordics, complicated to drive on an EV basis all the time. A very nice idea for urban areas, but I think this cannot be the total solution. So we need something to get quick recharge. Quick recharger are very expensive. You need a lot of power, big cables in the ground. The alternative is going for e-fuels, so that means use the existing infrastructure made out of CO2 and hydrogen. Use hydrogen as one part, especially heavy-duty trucks or compressed for passenger cars. LNG, something definitely for trucks as a part for the future. And for ships, LNG is more or less obligation already. So, and there are always a mixture of all kind of possibilities to bring the future green.
So Circle K is a major fuel and convenience retailer in Europe, North America and so on. And of course, we are there with conventional fuels, the gasolines and the diesels. But we also recognize that we are moving towards a more sustainable future. We have to do that. But then we also have to be realistic in finding the right solutions. E-mobility will definitely be there, battery vehicles will be there, but we don't think that will necessarily cover the whole market. And with e-methanol or the PTX technology as such is a very interesting, I would say, technology to bring renewable fuels or carbon neutral fuels to the market, because I think for us it's important to underline that what we are looking for is carbon neutrality. Not necessarily zero emission, which is a definition of a tailpipe emission, and it doesn't take into account the well-to-wheel perspective. And we need to think value chain if we are to reach zero emission or carbon neutrality going forward. So I think the technology is interesting as such. We acknowledge that biofuels will be there, but it will have its limits. We can't replace all fossil fuels with biofuels. And then e-mobility, e-fuels, represent an interesting technology as they have, you could say, a theoretical unlimited potential. As long as there is enough renewable energy that we can produce hydrogen in a sustainable way, there is enough CO2 available that we can go around in a short circle. So we can basically theoretically replace the fossil fuels having these kind of solutions.
There's a little bit of a shift in our strategy. So far over the last 5-6 years we have been building hydrogen refueling stations for passenger cars mainly and have set up a base network in Germany of roughly 90 stations. And there are a few other stations publicly operated, but most of them are operated by us. And now we see that the market has changed, that there's a strong demand for larger vehicles, buses, trucks, etc. to become emission-free. And this is why we are focusing now in the next period of our endeavor on larger stations that are capable to refuel 350 bar buses and trucks, because that's where we see the market is already developing. So we are focusing more on regions that are capable to fulfill the demand to become economically viable. So this is now the transition that we are in, coming from a situation where our mandate was to cover basically the country, towards a way where we have the mandate to show that it also is possible on an economical scale. I'm convinced that hydrogen will play a very important role within the traffic and energy transition that we are in. And we can see it on every corner that there's demand popping up because there are solutions needed in the market.
So first of all, what are e-fuels? E-fuels are synthetic fuels made with renewable electricity, water and air. Water is split in hydrogen and oxygen, and hydrogen is further converted with CO2 to all kind of hydrocarbons, which we call e-fuel. And I think we will see a mix of different technologies in future. There are use cases which are easy to electrify. If you have short ranges, if you have low payloads, you can easily go for electric car. But if you don't have a charging infrastructure, if you don't have green electricity, if you have not affordable electric vehicles, you need more solutions. And here e-fuels come into the game. E-fuels can use an existing infrastructure, so you have the same filling stations, you have an existing pipelines, vessels, and you can address the existing fleet stocks. We have more than 1.4 billion vehicles with an internal combustion engine on road, and if they should be part of the solutions, we need e-fuels as fast as possible.
This is Europe's first commercial fueling station for methanol. So in this specific unit we have M100, so it's methanol 100% and it's blended with a lubricant. And then we also have M85, it's 85% methanol and 15% of petrol. Everything is blended in the unit, so we have two compartments, one with methanol and one with petrol. And then we have a smaller tank for lubricants also. So we really believe in this. It's a plug-and-play solution. It takes approximately half a day to install it. You're putting in the electric, and then it's the vent pipes, then it's off you go. We believe there need to be more fuels. Two fuels is not enough. And the drawback with everything right now is that everyone is competing. The fossil-free fuels, they are competing. We need to cooperate because there needs to be more than two fuels on the market. And the benefits we see with methanol, it's for the easy distribution.
They are really keying to have a quick solution on hand, starting with the business and really starting with the filling of hydrogen. And it seems to be that we have now the situation that also the cars are there. This was always a problem of electrical vehicles, that the cars were not there, but I think also in the commercial sector, the cars, the buses, the trucks coming, and they are available and ready to be filled, and we will support them, of course, with technology. The focus will be, of course, in the next 2 years, bus business. But in upcoming years, I see a strong growing of the truck business, of the logistic companies, which will tend to using hydrogen as a fuel. And I see also, and this is a clear demand already from the market, that we have a long-haul business, a long-haul truck business, reasonable across Europe. And this is maybe also a message. It's not only Germany, it's not only our, let me say, local problem. It's a topic to support them across Europe, starting in Genoa, coming to Rotterdam, crossing Germany. And that's what we need. We have to look with the eyes of the logistic companies to the complete business, because they are focusing on the flexibility they have today with the diesel truck. The diesel trucks you can use in overall Europe, and it doesn't matter which route he takes. And especially this is a topic which is a challenge for hydrogen mobility. We need a complete supply chain, and we need also the complete fill-up stations in this capability which is needed for truck business.
The electromobility really is something for the normal, so-called normal vehicles, like the cars, passenger cars. This is really the role of electromobility, not so much in professional transportation. It's more on individual mobility. Yeah, as you know, we are from the classical fuel industry with all the diesel and benzene and everything. And due to the needs of our customers and due to the needs of the development in this industry, we are a little bit, let's say, forced, but with joy, to adapt, like adding other forms of energy to our solution as well. So for us, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's kilograms we are selling or gallons or liters. So we are taking also kilowatt hours to it as just a normal other form of energy. And even to connect these electric charging poles, it's another type of fuel pump we are connecting via another standard protocol. It's just normal. Fueling is like charging, and charging is like fueling.